This is Mentally Financial. I'm your host, Gary B. Just sit back and let's get into this episode. Peace. Invest in your future. What does that really mean, y'all? Investing in your future. Because most of us will wake up every day thinking that's what we're doing. You know, they'll say, we'll say to ourselves, wow, this is a good day. We do our prayers. We go in the bathroom. We freshen up. We get ready for the day. That's what we think we're doing. We think in our minds we are preparing or we're investing in our futures. That's a good thought, y'all. But is that realistic? You know what I'm saying? Is that a realistic thought? Because think about it. During the night, you had a nightmare about your finances. Yeah, you kept waking up because you was wondering why you was running around town butt naked with no money. Oh yeah, you remember them nightmares? Well, the real deal investing in your future is what you make it, okay? Now, I'm not an investment counselor, and I'm not a debt management counselor or none of that. So I'm not going to sit here and break down anything massive for you. If you need help finding someone that is in that arena and licensed to do that, I'll do that for you. I am a financial literal educator. Okay? That's all I do. I just teach the basics of finance. So I don't do all of that. But I will say that some of you who have a job where you got the 401k plan, and some of y'all may not have it because the old pensions are pretty much gone. The baby boomer era, the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and some of the 70s and 80s fell under pension plans. But now finances is kind of changing, okay? Pension plans have fell to the side in a sense. Some companies or corporations may still have them, but most now are 401k based, okay? And then if they don't have a 401k, they may have some other type of financial program that you could possibly get into. But remember, that's nothing that I teach you. I don't get into those things. So you have to go to your HR department or you have to go to someone who actually does that for a living, okay? Because there are a lot of things out there. You got the Roth IRAs and you got mutual funds and you got U.S. Treasury bonds. It's a lot out there, but it's too much to talk about in like one video because you're going to be confused. Those are the things that you really need to sit back and talk to somebody about outside of a video, because the video can break it down and tell you, to do this, your company matches on your 401k, but you got to understand the things like penalties if you dip into it. If you pull it out before you 61, 62 or whatever the number is, I can't remember because it changes all the time. Not all the time, but the government right now, Social Security is changing the way that you know it. Okay? A lot of people believe that Social Security might not be around much longer. You know what I'm saying? Definitely for the generations that are coming up now. So with that being said, you're going to have to look at your future a lot different, y'all. So you think about it. What is Social Security? That's that disability you get in your old age, as they call it. You know what I'm saying? You get when you turn 62, 65, 67 or whatever it might be now. That little extra helping money that you paid into every paycheck, you know what I'm saying, until you stop working. Well, people are really saying that that's changing. Do I know? I ain't know, I can't tell the future. It might be here for another 4 or 5 generations. I don't know. But the way people are talking, it might not be here in the next few years. So if you start looking at it that way and not rely on that and not rely on what other people are telling you, do your own research. But put something somewhere to invest in your future. May it be, like I said, may it be the stock exchange, may it be real estate or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because to each his own, whatever. I have real estate personally, but because I'm still trying to learn the stock market, a lot of those numbers confuse me. I like real basic math. And it's not math that I'm looking at. I know it's numbers, ups, downs, and the stock market is something that you have to look into for longevity. If you're trying to get that quick money, maybe day trading is for you. That's that person who start low, get high, and sell. That day trading that might be good for you. But I'm still trying to learn the stock market right now. But I got real estate, and real estate is the direction that I'm trying to build my future off of. That I'm trying to build my future off of is real estate. But hey, those 401ks that are out there, and if you're using them and you're not really sure why you're paying into it and things like that, find you a financial advisor, a CPA, a credit counselor, a debt manager, or anybody like that that could break those things down for you. Okay. Now, all I'm gonna say about investing in your future is take today to build tomorrow. And that starts with knowing your money, knowing yourself, getting the education that you need. And I'm not even saying going to college, because traditional college don't even teach you what you really need. And I'm not even saying scour the social medias, because a lot of us say different things when it comes to finance. And I know that's kind of crazy, but you got to understand, school is nothing but the basics. You learn the meat of anything when you're out there doing it. So don't take what I say or anybody else say, with a grain, take it with a grain of salt, as they say. But what I'm saying to you is, this is real. Know yourself, know your worth, know your money, and then you can invest in your future the right way. Now, that ain't no bull. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, invest in yourself, okay? Invest in your future, because right now might be kind of tight, but you still got to think about tomorrow, y'all. And like I always say, I'm doing the research. Y'all just got to follow. This your boy, Gary B. This is Money Management in 10 minutes or less.